Mayan buntag means? I say that in almost every single video. So if you don't know, Maayan buntag means good morning in Cebuano, Visayans, um, one of the languages of the Philippines. Now let's talk about language in the Philippines because Yna and I have been really, really jonesing to get back to the Philippines. Um, since I started going to the Philippines, I went about every 3 or 4 months, maybe 4 or 5 months as the longest, but at least twice a year. And now since May was my last trip, so it's been a year since I've been to the Philippines. And then Yna got here on June 20th of 2019, and so this June she'll be here for a year. So she'll have been away from the Philippines for 1 year, and I just really miss it. It was something I always looked forward to. It was something while I was working and living. I was saving up always for my next trip, and it was very motivational. It kept me a lot thinner, that's for sure, because I knew I was going to travel, so I'd go to the gym a lot, and I'd watch my diet so I would be thin and in shape, because when you're in the Philippines, you want to be active, because you want to do a lot of stuff. And, I'd always put my money away and think about stuff I'm going to bring to the trip. And so it was kind of a goal, a constant goal. So I come back, I already started thinking about my next trip. And so we're really dying to go. I would go right now if it wasn't the lockdown. And you know that we bought that property. I'm dying to see that property. I'm very anxious to spend some time with Yna's family. I was on Brian and Marcel's foreigner farming in the Philippines channel, and here was a live stream that I joined him on. I was just watching like everybody else was, but I got so many questions for him. I want to stop by Behold and see Brian and see and how much he's done in 2 years since I was at his place. And I just got a million questions for him. But anyway, so as we're getting our thoughts together and really planning our next trip, who knows when it'll be, hopefully in January, I started thinking about language. And you watch Bud Brown. He speaks Tagalog. Now, he's been with his wife for 40 years, and he's from Luzon, and she speaks Tagalog, so he speaks pretty fluent Tagalog. And his quality of life there, his life experience in the Philippines, is so much better than if you don't speak the language. So I tasked myself to start learning some of the language there. Now, here's the question. What language do you learn? Okay, now Yna is from Negros Occidentals. She's from the Visayans, and she speaks Cebuano. Actually, she speaks a subdialect of Cebuano called Ilango, and that's the other thing. There's there's dozens and dozens of different subdialects of the language there that they speak in different islands. But to be safe, let's boil it down to 2 languages, because kind of that's sort of what it boils down to. So in Luzon, the big island, they speak Tagalog. Tagalog is the national language of the Philippines. All the television stations broadcast in Tagalog. They teach it in schools. It is the national language. The funny thing is, I think, and I could be wrong about this, but it seems that once you get south of Luzon, you get into the Visayas, and then you get down to Mindanao, they all speak Visayan, or Cebuano, or Visayan. So I think the more people actually speak Visayan than speak Tagalog, but yet Tagalog is the national language. Now, that being said, everyone in the Philippines, from Luzon to the Visayas to Mindanao, all speak Tagalog. They all know Tagalog because it is the national language. And even though their primary language might be whatever dialect they speak in the area that they come from. I hope this is not too confusing for you. So you would think, well, my wife speaks Visayan, I should probably learn Visayan. But I'm going to learn Tagalog because because my wife speaks Tagalog and Visayan. Now, if you speak Visayan and go to Manila, there's people there that might not understand you, who speak Tagalog, but they don't speak Visayan. But everywhere you go, they speak Tagalog. So, it's kind of confusing. I'm sorry about that. But plus, if you're trying to find like a Rosetta Stone or a language, one of the language tapes or apps, I've yet to find a Cebuano or Visayan, but you can find Tagalog pretty much everywhere. So and I would suggest for you to do this too, is learn Tagalog. If you want to learn one language, learn Tagalog, because that's accepted everywhere through the Philippines. Especially if you're going to be spending most of your time in Manila or Luzon, that's what they speak. And if you go down to the Visayans or go down to Mindanao, they will understand you completely if you speak Tagalog. But if you speak only Visayan, they may not understand you in Luzon. I guess that was a simpler way to say that, huh? Than all that stuff I went through. So now, in my travels, I've picked up some Visayan, like the good mornings, and it's ma'an buntag, good morning, ma'an hapon is afternoon, ma'an gabi is good night, and that's all Visayan. I know most of the animals, and of course, thank you and things like that. You just pick those up. But I think it's important to know some of the language. If you really want to impress people, even though they mostly speak English, learn some of the language. And I'm going to give you like about 10 different words and phrases that you should probably learn before you go there. You don't have to, but it's when you're there, it goes a long way. Let's put it that way. If you speak their language, and they appreciate it, and you're going to get a lot of smiles and likes, and people nudging each other, going, "Hey, this guy's speaking our language." They really get a kick out of if you speak. A foreigner speaks their language, they get a real big kick out of it. Now, going into this, they do speak whatever it's called the King's English, where the A's sound like I's, and the O's sound like U's, and the E's are like an I sound. So I'm going to do the spelling, and then this is the way I try to learn the language, is I'm going to put it out phonetically, how it sounds to us. So the first one, number one, is going to be thank you. Thank you is the number one thing you should learn. Every time you get something, get change back from someone, or you're at the restaurant, it's a really simple word. It's salamat. Salamat. And that's spelled S-A-L-A-M-A-T, but it's pronounced this way. See that? Salamat. Okay, number two. And if they say salamat to you, you say you're welcome back to them, and that's walang anuman. Walang anuman, and this is how it's spelled phonetically, I guess. How it sounds to us. Walang anuman. Hello is the easiest one, because hello in Tagalog is hello. So there you go. That's a free one for you. Excuse me. This one's kind of a mouthful. I'm still having problems with this one. It's mawalang galang na po. So it's spelled this way, but it's pronounced this way. Mawalang galang na po. That's excuse me. You might not want to ever use that one, but you might. So practice these at home. No is pretty easy. It's Hindi. Hindi. Pronounced Hindi, and I just think of the religion, the Hindu religion, and the people called Hindi. Hindi, that's easy. Please. Yna says I shouldn't use this, but the app I'm using says Paki, please, and spelled this way and pronounced this way. So that's please. Another good one to know is delicious. If you're eating some food and people ask you how you like it, you can just say masarap, and it's spelled this way and it's pronounced this way, masarap. And if you want to say this is delicious, you can say masarap itu. This is itu, but that's another lesson. Yes is very easy. I love yes. Yes in Tagalog is oh. Just oh. Simple enough. Oh. Good. If something is good, it's mabait. Mabait. It's spelled this way, and it's pronounced this way. Mabait. And just for number 10, we'll do an easy one, and that'll be goodbye. So if you tell somebody, if you want to tell someone goodbye, if they say, hey, goodbye, you say paalam. Paalam. Paalam, spelled this way, pronounced this way. Paalam. So I downloaded this app that gives you, it's free. And maybe if I can find, or maybe I'll just put a link in the description what it's called. And it gives you like lessons. It'll tell you, it'll say the word, and then it gives you a long time to think about it, and then it'll pronounce it for you. And they'll do it in cycles, and they'll mix it up each time. So they'll like do 10 words, and they'll do it in cycles. So anyway, that's my latest project, is trying to learn at least 50 Tagalog words, practice them on Yna for my next trip. So I think it'll definitely improve the quality of your experience if you know some language. You don't need to know this, but I'm telling you, you say some of these phrases and people are really going to like it. So anyway, that's all I'm going to wrap up with this time. It's a cold, rainy day today, and I'm bored, so I made a video for you. So subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you have subscribed, make sure you ring the bell. That'll let you know the next time I make a video, which is around every 3 days or so. Like, share, and comment. And if you'd like to help out the channel grow, there's a link below for our Patreon. And, stay cool, stay educated, stay classy. Love you.